It's unbelievable. And it's gone a little bit like telematics. There's no singular system. There's no one-size-fits-all. Because you bet your boots, you fit a system in a trailer for one customer, it goes into that customer, it goes into the next one. So they stand there knifing it out and taking it out, because it just doesn't work for them. But that's how it works,
So just go back a step really to the philosophy behind all this. I mean, you've got shareholders, you're in business to make money.
Yeah, we are,
Do you feel is the commercial driver behind this because you do see it as a point of differentiation, or is there some sort of moral duty on you to supply the safest vehicles you can for your customers?
Well, I think without trying to sound a bit pious about it, I think there is a sort of a moral obligation that we have a duty of care that extends beyond just the basic framework of what we do. And, if, as I said to you before, once you've seen something, you can't unsee it. And it was, resonated with us about, a certain accident that happened come back about 18 months ago, I think it was, where one of our vehicles involved in it, it was completely avoidable. And at that point in time, we were just being demonstrated this system from Mercedes, and 1 + 1 = 2. It just seemed like the unconscious thing to do. We took an early lead on Euro 6. We got a lot of clear space on that, and we did very well from it for a period of time. People catch up. Everyone's Euro 6 now, and we did need another point of difference. And I think that we saw that as a secondary, if you like, for doing this, and that it did give us a point of difference commercially. I would say that it's made very little difference to us commercially, but I guess I sleep better at night, and I'd like to think that the operators that we rent the vehicles to and lease the vehicles to, they sleep better at night as well, and that's got to have some value. And again, if you can iron out some of these issues that occur, all the operators we deal with generally, definitely all of them, they come to work to do the best job they possibly can. They want to be safe, they want to be legal, they want to be compliant. But when the truck leaves the gates, they're in the hands of a driver. He's a human being. He didn't sleep last night, had an argument with his wife, he did this, did that. And there's all sorts of things going on in his mind, and he's their last line of defence, but yet he's the guy that's controlling 44 tons of weaponry up and down the highway. And if we've got some form of passive catch-up system there that can prevent that human error from invoking some disaster, then do it. And that's the stance we've taken, really. Okay. And we're hoping that the operators see it as that.
Yes. Last time we were here, I think you mentioned $2,500 extra on a truck and $1,500 in a trailer. Is that right?
Yeah, I think it's about. I can't remember. I mean, retail price is about £2,800 for the truck, the ABA4 system. Classic safety pack, I think Mercedes labelled it as, which includes a driver's airbag as well, which is again something which is unbelievably not standard in a truck, but there we go.
Okay, I didn't know that.
No, I think it's only Volvo that fits an airbag standard. Yeah, only Volvo, I think. Yeah, and so it includes that, and also it includes the automatic cruise control, the distance, proximity control, I think they call it. Yeah. Which again, I've driven a car with that. I mean, how much fatigue that takes off the driver is massive. I've
only driven a car with it once, and I must admit, I found it so scary I turned it off because...
Really? Yeah.
You go along at 70 miles an hour, you can see the traffic overhead, the brakes are all lights on, you're going, okay, so I'm just going to sit here and let the adaptive cruise control pull me up behind the car, or am I going to put the brakes on? Yeah. And my brain just says, put the brakes on.
Yeah, I think it's when it's in stop-start traffic is where it becomes a little bit more sort of, it's a bit of a comfort factor then, isn't it? That, there's a lot of attention that's required in that environment.
You're right, when the traffic's moving and just slowing up, slowing down, and you can just, 50 yards away, it's just, when you see the lights just come on, I think the natural instinct is to hit the brakes. But but it's like everything else, isn't it? People have come to rely on ABS now. People in the old days, people with ABS, as soon as the ABS kicked in, they go, "Shit, something wrong with the brakes," and take the foot off the pedal. I think everyone now
slam harder,
is aware that you just put your foot hard down and let the ABS sort it out. So I guess over time, people get used to these systems, don't they?
All right, so I still fight the ABS. I still think I can do a better job than the ABS does. So it's silly, isn't it? But I was in Crick the other day. The road was as slick as you like. It was in between Christmas and New Year, and coming up to a roundabout, and I'd obviously got a little bit too much coal on the fire, and yeah.
We won't mention this. Yeah, I guess it's all. So, in terms of specifying trucks, do you think Mercedes-Benz is still the safest truck, or have you looked at some of the other ones?
There are other trucks. I think if you're given the adoption of the brake assist that came in, I mean, from the harmonised standards across the truck fleet, they are pretty safe compared to where they used to be. No doubt about that. Mercedes seem to have taken a step further. Volvo have taken a step further. There's and I think that those are the safest trucks that you can buy presently. At what point those manufacturers sort of either buy in those systems or develop their own systems, I don't know. But until people are begging for it, they won't, will they? And at the moment, clearly they're not. Otherwise, you'd have an offer from everybody to do something similar.
Yeah. Do you think legislation is lagging behind current technology, and that the legislation could be? I mean, this all comes in phases, doesn't it? And I think ABS is coming at some point, isn't it?
Yeah, there's another standard, isn't there? But it still doesn't take it to a standstill. It still only reduces the speed of the vehicle.
Right.
I think most of the manufacturers, if not all of them, probably meet that already with the first phase of their production. But if you're a truck manufacturer at the moment, you're being bombarded by legislation from all over the place, and particularly emissions related and such. So, they have a lot to deal with, and I'm not sure that their market is saying to them, this is what we need, this is what they want, because if their market was saying that, they'd have it.
Yes.
But right now, if you're an operator of a truck in the UK, what is it that's concerning you? I mean, you're concerned by an awful lot of things, and that's kind of a little bit secondary to it. You probably think you've got a truck with the brake assist on it. It's got your back already.
Yes.
The one that goes from here to there. I would imagine a lot of the operators don't even know that they don't actually fully stop the truck.
Yes.
They probably don't know the difference between what the systems are that they could have and what they have got.
Right. So you're taking some of that stress away from them. You're specifying what you think is the safest truck on the market at the moment. So the operator, they come to you, it's not something they need to really.
No, and I think that's our view over safety, compliance, the whole lot, which is that we've got their back, and if you come to us, then your boxes are ticked, and we know that we maintain our vehicles to the earned recognition standards and above. We know that the safest vehicles that we can possibly specify, we are specifying. So, it's kind of like trying to make that unconscious decision for the customer that do it with us. We've got it covered, and you don't need to worry about these things.
Okay. Is there anything coming down the line which you're looking at adding? I'm thinking particularly about tyre pressure monitoring, because that seems to me something which is in cars, and it's great. I think we've all had the little light come on, and we've gone and checked the tyres and found.
Well, we've been putting TPMS on trucks for quite some time now, but as an option, and we've been doing it on trailers as well. Now, actually, trailers is probably where the efficiencies really sort of start coming to light with this. Yes. But interestingly, there's a system we're looking at with that BPW are developing, which is actually developed. They've got a little compressor that sits within the hub as well. So it's not just monitoring; it's keeping the tyre at the right pressure as well. So it's all well and good putting a light on and saying that the trailer tyres are low, but if you're the driver of that trailer, what you do is, tyres, I'll just dump it at the back of the yard and I'll go and get another one anyway. So, the reality is it doesn't necessarily get attended to.
Okay.
So,
we've got the Extend box on the trailers.
Yeah, we've put
for the flashing side lights.
Yeah.
So all our trailers now come with the full length flashing side lights, and that Extend box, as I understood it, last time I had a sensible conversation with Tim, was that they could do sort of on the road constant tyre pressure checks.
Well, one of the things that we're looking to do now with that. Thanks for bringing it to attention, because I'd almost forgotten about that. We fitted this junction box into the trailer, which is kind of like an adapter then for anything you want to add in on top of that, and that could be. As the standard, we put the flashing side repeaters on, you were saying there, which gives the cyclists or whoever's in the near side or off side of the truck, tension that the vehicle's making a turn. But over and above that, you can then start adding in soft dock, which could go through there. again, if customer ticks that box, we can do it retrospectively rather than having to go again. But